Hey guys, Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washer Painting, Hammond, Louisiana. I've had several requests of guys wanting me to show our pressure wash trailer, and so I figured I'd make a quick video out of it. Hey guys, this is Billy. I wanted to break into this video real quick because I forgot to mention this, and then we'll get back to the walk around on the pressure washing trailer. We're going to be giving away a 4 gallon per minute 4,400 psi belt driven pressure washer here in the next few weeks. And if you're interested in winning it, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way, when we announce how you can join the contest, you'll be notified directly. I'm gonna start off by saying right here, right now, I try to keep my system super simple, like silly simple. That way it breaks down, because they all do at will. It's easy for me to fix in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere. Like, we travel a lot to different states. I done been to like to 8 states this year, and we're still in January. So we keep ours real simple, things that you can be fixing in the middle of the night with parts out of Walmart, basically. So I'm gonna give you a walk around, and I know I might step on a few toes with this video, but so be it. That doesn't matter. What does matter is that if this helps someone just starting out or someone wanting to grow their pressure washing business, that's fine. If someone else don't like it, hit the thumbs down button. That's why YouTube's got it there. Amen. So anyway, I got a little toolbox up front. I know they have the angled toolboxes just so you won't jackknife on them. But look, we know what we're doing. We know how to drive a trailer. Just we got a square toolbox up there. That way we have a little more room. And what I mean by the angled ones, it kind of follows the contour of the trailer. That way, if you do a really sharp turn, your bumper don't bend the bottom. But man, we've been driving trailers all our life. If we bend that toolbox, we don't need to be driving a trailer. That's the way I look at it. So just mount that up there. Some U-bolts to hold it onto the frame. Guys, don't ever drill into your frame of your trailer. I don't even think that's probably not legal even, but it's definitely not a good idea, because you're going to compromise the strength. Even if you drill, 1/4-inch holes in this, I wouldn't recommend doing it. So do your own thing. But I like a side jack stand. That way you can put down your tailgate. Obviously, some trailers have the jack stand here, and you can't put down your tailgate there. But with the side jack stand, you can. I understand they make a side electric jack stand. That's my next thing, because that handle kind of bumps against that toolbox as we're doing it. But we don't take the trailer on and off as much as probably some people do, so it doesn't bother us. We got 2 IGX 800s right here, baby. These produce about 12 gallons a minute, depending on what tip size you got. So I'm gonna show you something in the back regarding these. Also, I keep it real simple. I just got 2 Duracell batteries, one for each. I had the covers on it, but they blew off when we just got back. We went to Florida over the weekend to do a big job, so they blew off somewhere. But anyway, got separate fuel lines, separate fuel tanks. I'm gonna show you that. Separate electrical components here. Total separate, 2 separate batteries. You can do 1 battery. I've done 1 battery for years, but I like that double redundancy. So there's just basically small Loma batteries. Now, these pressure washers charge these batteries, so that may be a good question that people ask. Do I have to charge those batteries? No. Other than that, if you mount your pressure washers, especially if you're running the ones with the oil filter, make sure you can get to your oil filter and be able to change your oil. That's this little tube here. That's how you drain your oil. Same thing on the pump side. That's like a little oil cooler for the IGX 800s. I don't think the GX 690's got those on it. So if you're seeing that, that's what that is. Also, make sure when you're mounting your pressure washers, you don't transfer thermal energy from the pressure washer to pressure washer. So what I mean by that, this pressure washer puts out a lot of heat, and the air kind of blows this way, and the intake is right here. So you want a little extra space in between there if you can. That's why I try to get the widest trailer possible. Now, if you can't do it, just know that you can get both these engines pretty warm, especially if it's on a really hot summer day and you're running both of them, because this one here is just going to pull all that hot air from that one that's running into it, and it's not going to cool properly. So what I've done, I've ran these, like on those type of days, sometimes I'll shut this one down for 5-10 minutes, let it cool down, even shoot a little water into that intake. Just a mist of a water is fine. Keep that engine running cool. You just might have to get creative. Ideally, we would want something that would separate that heat from getting on that battery and that heat getting from that battery too. All the heat from this engine's coming out this way and back there. The heat from that engine's coming this way and kind of into there. So I've had these batteries last couple years, and they usually end up piddling out after that. Probably heat has something to do with it. But look, man, we're making a lot of money. We can't fix everything. I've heard some people say putting the batteries under the trailer, and it may be. I could put the batteries in that box, maybe, but I don't know. They fine right there. If I need to jump them off, they're easy to get to. Like I said, I keep it silly simple. Right here on the plumbing, guys, don't overthink this. This is an IBC tote. They got the bigger tanks, the 525s. We never carry a full tank of water, so in theory, you can get by with a smaller tank than this even. But this is just a fitting that every IBC tote is not the same, so this was a little bit different thread. So what I did is just put a rubber bushing couple on there, and then I came out with my PVC, teed it off as you see here. No water filters. I never have run water filters. I don't use water filters because I had one come apart on me and get pulled into my pump, so I was like, no more of that. But I've seen other guys just try to eat you up in the comments about water filters. I don't run them. I don't like them. So for what it's worth. Another thing, you're going to need a dump valve right there. That's going to release the water out of your tank whenever you're done. Sometimes it's all right to carry some water, whether a bar or two of water, 100, 150 gallons. You don't want to carry too much water. But I do like to carry some now. We got this new trailer. It's a little bit heavier duty than the other one. So if I can start out, with 75 gallons of water, when I get here or to the customer's water supply, I can go ahead and get these machines up and running, and especially in the wintertime like it is, warming them up. So what I like to do, let them sit there and lope for about 5 or 10 minutes before we pressurize them, go to full throttle. So starting out with 75 gallons of water, by the time we get everything started and get it set up, we're already here with our water, and then we'll start using it down. But we'll constantly feed these tanks. I'm going to show you that here in a second. So again, I have a floating design here, and you'll see nothing's actually touching the deck. That's on purpose, because like I said, we travel a lot, and this stuff wiggling around ends up breaking. So like this, it breaks less. So it's still probably going to crack and leak, but I usually can get these parts at any Home Depot, Tractor Supply, Lowe's, Walmart. This right here straight into my inlet, 1.25 inches. I got clear lines just so I can see if anything might be going on. Excuse me. Same thing on that side. So it kind of, that rubber bushing here kind of helps support it, and it gives it a little give. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but kind of wiggles a little bit, gives a little cushion in it. In addition to that, these are supporting the weight of the pipe too, and that gives it a little give too. Not much, but you don't need much. I feed my tank with these little feed lines. This is just something I made up, obviously. Clear braided hose, water hose, garden hose fitting. Just goes up, pig's tail into there with a little brass fitting. And I got one on the other side over there too, so I can double feed it. Like we're cleaning this dumpster pad, or we done cleaned it. So I can feed it from this one if I need to, and feed it from over there if I need to. So that's that. 2 surface cleaners here. Just got this one today. Did an unboxing video on that. If you want to see more about this surface cleaner, please hit that subscribe button. I'll be putting that on the YouTube channel here in the next week or so once I edit it out. This is the old surface cleaner, and it's been beat to hell and back, but still works. This right here is a gas-powered chemical system. But anyway, this thing here's a beast, man. This is a Siamese kit right here. This Siamese kit's $150. What it does is pair these 2 pressure washers together, hence the word Siamese, and getting 12 gallons per minute out of each machine. So That Siamese kit can, in theory, put out 23, 24 gallons per minute. I could wash this building from the ground all day long with that. So we rarely have to do that. This hose on the back of the trailer is a 1/2 inch diameter hose, and it's far when I do the Siamese on there. It just gives me a little bit more hose diameter for volume. But again, this just siphons out of this tank, bypass line into there, pressure side with a little trigger mechanism, and I can seriously hit, again, the top of this building. Other than that, here's a sign. I always tell guys, if you don't say it, you can't sell it. Hose reel. I don't like electric hose reel. I can afford them. I can afford 100 of them, but I don't want one. So we just manually crank these hose reels up and just keep it simple, man. We don't have to put no wiring back here. You know, just roll it up. That's all you got to do. Little external gas can. These are 12-gallon tanks. On my other trailer, I had these mounted in closer to the tank. I don't know why I did that. They're better out here though, so you can fill them up from the gas pump a little easier. You're not having to bend over. And also, if you have an external tank where you got to top these tanks off, it's much easier to put fuel in them here. Basically, my fuel lines run around the trailer to each machine. And the only other thing I need to do, I want to put a battery interrupter in these. I done had 2 friends that's had fires and their whole trailer burned down. I don't want nothing to happen to my trailer, but if it did, I could replace it tomorrow. But unfortunately, the 2 guys that their trailer burned down, that was all they had. They didn't have huge savings account. So if y'all doing this too, make sure. Apex was telling me about a battery interrupter. So we're going to do these, and when it's in the shop, we're going to disconnect that completely. Like I said, 2 people done had fires. We talked about one on the YouTube channel. I'm working on the other one. I got to roll some pictures and some video into it and do a voiceover. But guys, it is stunning. And I'll repeat that, it is stunning how that gentleman got out of that alive. He's very, very lucky. So we're going to be, and it came from a software skid too, the fire did. So we're going to talk about that and what may have happened, whose fault it could have been, and whose fault it probably wasn't, that sort of thing. So anyway, this is my setup, double axle, 14 feet long, pretty hefty trailer, really rides really good. We've been to several states in it, and it's holding up really good thus far. So I expect I'll get a couple years out of this, and then we're replacing. My only other thing I do, I want to put a ladder rack on here. Anybody local to my area that does ladder racks on trailers, come see me. Job is yours. I just want it to be really super strong. That's all I ask, and get it done. So guys, anyway, that's our trailer. Again, it's silly simple is what I call it. It's no bells and whistles, but man, this thing can make some money, and we do it all the time, and you can too. The only other thing we're missing off of this trailer right now is our DI system, that's what that bungee cord here is for. They're over there cleaning some windows, so that's where it just sits here on the dolly. And I want my ladder rack put on, and we have a couple ladders, but that's it. We have another surface cleaner that could go in here or the back of the truck if we need to, and that's it. The only other thing I want to show you is my chemical lineup. We use SH, we use Purple Power, we use a little muriatic acid, and I'll show you this, all these fancy chemicals that you need for pressure washing. Here's the most fanciest one ever. That's a gas jug. This is the most fanciest chemical you're ever gonna need pressure washing, baby. Right there, doing so. Don't let nobody tell you any different, man. This is all you need for dumpster pad cleaning. That and Purple Power. A little SH. Always have your pump up sprayer on hand. You don't need all that stuff, guys. Get started. Make you some money. Then if you want to go buy a bunch of fancy toys, do it. But in the meantime, you don't need all of that to get started. I've been talking to people, and they was waiting on this and waiting on that to get started. I was like, dude, I can go wash a house with a pump up sprayer and a garden hose and a scrub brush. I've done it before, and you can too. So don't let nothing hold you back, guys. Anyway, I'm Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Wash Paint. If you really like this video, I appreciate you liking it. Anyway, we'll see y'all in the next video.